Well, in this presentation, we will focus on the symptoms and signs of perimenopause. Women enter menopause after going 12 months without getting any periods. The years leading up to menopause are called perimenopause. Estrogen and progesterone are hormones that help to regulate the female reproductive system. They begin to lower when around 30, I would say mid 30s, and get significantly reduced around midlife. That is from 42 or 45 to 52 years, maybe earlier, maybe later on. One of the first signs that many women experience are irregular menstrual cycles, which can take place months to years before experiencing more drastic symptoms such as hot flashes or night sweats. Your periods can be light or very heavy, long or short. Some may even be missed entirely during perimenopause. If you go more than 60 days without a period, then it is likely that the end of your menopausal transition has begun, and hormonal fluctuations will reduce as time goes on. There are some good results with some low-dose birth control pills. In addition, some research, and I can provide my own testimonial about that. The research suggests that nutrition ketosis may improve perimenopausal symptoms. During perimenopause, your periods might be heavier and painful, usually because the lining of the uterus is thicker before it's sloughed off. This typically happens when our bodies produce less progesterone, which can also cause other issues such as fibroids, which are growths on the uterus wall. This was actually my first symptom when I just learned I was going through perimenopause. Among other elements, achieving nutritional ketosis was a great solution for these symptoms, as I had suggested in the previous slide. A hot flash is a sudden feeling of warmth in the upper body, which is usually more intense over the face, neck, and chest. Your skin might redden as if you are blushing. A hot flash can also cause sweating. If you lose too much body heat, you might feel chilled afterward. So I think you might remember when that moment when you were needing the temperature to go down as much as possible because you needed to have a cool environment, and then when it was like that, you needed a cover because it was too cold. So it was like my family were like, hey, what is going on? Are you crazy? You were just hot a few minutes ago. Now it's cold. That's exactly what's happening. Night sweats are hot flashes that happen at night, and they may disrupt your sleep. Although other medical conditions can cause them, hot flashes most commonly are due to menopause, the time when menstrual periods become irregular and eventually stop. That is actually menopause, that time. In fact, hot flashes are the most common symptom of the menopausal transition. Let's talk about vaginal dryness. It is a very common symptom during and after menopause, but it can happen at any age and for various reasons. Vaginal dryness usually results from low estrogen levels. Estrogen is a hormone that keeps the lining of the vagina lubricated, thick, and elastic. Vaginal dryness is a common problem, but many of us don't seek help, as you may not even realize it is a health issue for which you can get help. So I want you to be aware of it. It can lead to pain during sexual encounter with your partner, which also leads to a loss of sexual desire. It can also cause discomfort during sports and other physical activities, and also it may increase the risk of vaginal infection. Another issue is that we have to face sleep problems during menopause, and they are often attributed to night sweats and hot flashes, which can have a large detrimental impact on a woman's sleep pattern. However, there are a wide range of conditions that can cause a woman to not sleep well during menopause, and these may include insomnia, also depression, sleep disordered breathing, like the severe sleep apnea, the obstructive sleep apnea especially, and fibromyalgia. Estrogen helps to regulate several hormones, which may have mood boosting properties. These are hormones like serotonin, norepinephrine or norepinephrine, dopamine. Estrogen also helps to support certain types of brain functioning, such as cognition. When estrogen levels change, your mood may change with it. So the decrease in estrogen can also cause some women to have occasional episodes of forgetful, like fuzzy brain and forgetfulness, which may lead to frustration and it also negatively affect your mood. Menopause and perimenopause can create physical challenges that may negatively affect mood. These include trouble sleeping and issues, as I already kind of mentioned before, but also the low libido, where there's also issues with sex. Many women also experience anxiety about aging and stress about the future, which can cause upset and mood swings. Not all women have mood swings during menopause. You can't always predict who will experience them and who won't. It's so variable. Estrogen can also impact memory before or during menopause. It has a role in regulating a variety of brain chemicals, along with many functions of the nervous system. As your body's estrogen levels decrease, which happens before and during menopause, estrogen can no longer participate in brain function as it normally had before. This can cause occasional lapses in brain function, resulting in short-term memory issues. This decrease in estrogen can also lead to anxiety, depression, hot flashes, and sleep disturbances, conditions that may contribute as well to memory problems. Now, again and again, we will be repeating that in perimenopause, your estrogen levels are dropping and dropping. Estrogen plays an important role in the regulation of bone health. Therefore, estrogen deficiency can induce bone loss. This increase in bone resorption can lead to the destruction of bone architecture, bone loss, and also microfractures. Estrogen and calcium also have a relationship with when it comes to bone health. Estrogen supports intestinal absorption of calcium, so having low estrogen levels can negatively impact the amount of calcium you are able to absorb. Now, there is small progress on the studies of progesterone, which in my belief is that progesterone, like estrogen, plays an important role in bone turnover and bone formation. Because osteoporosis is primarily considered a result of estrogen deficiency, there has been less emphasis placed on progesterone. But in reality, one of the three estrogens work together with progesterone in every tissue of a woman's normal physiology. There are many studies that go into that human osteoblast and indicate that progesterone is likely working through bone formation pathways, meaning it plays an active role in osteoporosis prevention and bone health. While estrogen is still a dominant focus for osteoporosis in menopausal women, progesterone is emerging as a potentially important hormone partner. as well. So, human studies have shown that estrogen is needed for suppressing bone resorption, but both androgen and androgen or androgen, I don't know, maybe, and estrogen are crucial for bone formation. So I think I've covered mostly all the characteristics of this stage in women's life, and also have discussed some of the main symptoms that we feel when we are transitioning to menopause. But here are some references that you can review and you can access, and definitely you will get a really deep picture of what menopause is and how you get to menopause and what are the main characteristics of this amazing and unique stage of our lives. I want you to be aware of what is going on in your body in order so that you will be able to understand it and definitely take actions and step forward on controlling it and managing your situation. So this presentation was prepared by Dr. Gala for Women's Fabulous 50, and this is a program for middle-aged women. I hope this is useful for you, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me.